Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here with WalkerFitMuscle.com. All right, in this video, I'm actually gonna show you the only 3 exercises you need to put mass on those shoulders. All right, cool thing is I'm gonna give you a pre-exhaust technique as well. So this is more pre-exhaust training. Basically what that entails is we're gonna do an isolation exercise prior to the compound exercise, which is typically backwards from most mass building workouts. However, I will explain the benefits in a minute. That being said, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Also, once you've watched this video, please share it with some of your buddies and family members. And now let's get started with these exercises. All right, first exercise I'm gonna show you is gonna utilize one of my Triconx techniques. So if you don't know what Triconx is, basically it's 6 total reps. And it's designed to put a ton of time under tension on the muscles that you're working. You're gonna be able to build a lot of mass, but the benefit is you don't have to use extremely heavy weights. The other benefit to that is lack of shoulder issues. So when people are working shoulders, they tend to go extremely heavy. You're trying to put mass, you go as heavy as you can. What that does, it puts a lot of wear and tear on those shoulder joints. And that's one of the most often overused joints that we have in our body. So I've worked with thousands of clients and a big percentage of those have tons of shoulder issues. So one of the ways to avoid that is lower the amount of weight that you use, but when people tend to do that, they don't put as much muscle mass on. Well, the whole Triconx premise is you're still gonna be able to work in the optimal time under tension range, which is what's required for optimal hypertrophy, muscle growth. All right, so let me show you with my first exercise. The first exercise we're gonna be using is Triconx lateral raise. All right, this is designed to work the medial delts, the sides of your shoulders that make you wider. All right, so one of the things you really need to start focusing on if you want to get that wide X frame. So a Triconx, first 3 reps are going to be explosive. And 3 explosive reps, you control the weight on the way down though. Don't just drop it, don't give in to the momentum. Make sure you're controlling the weight down, explode the weight out. The last 3 are going to be 10-second isometric holds and a full 10 seconds. So that's all time under tension. It's gonna drive a lot of blood into the delts, which also is gonna help drive growth hormone, which is responsible for muscle growth. That being said, let me show you what these look like. All right, 3 explosive, 1, 2, 3, and hold right here. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down, do another hold. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more hold. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 10. That would be your first set. You're gonna wanna shoot for 3 sets. So basically what you would do is your Triconx set, rest 60 seconds, do it all over again. Rest 60 seconds and then do it a 3rd time. That's how you structure these, okay? The next exercise I want to show you is more of a mass building overall shoulder exercise. This one is a little more common. It's a overhead shoulder press. Here's what we're doing though. We are also going to do Triconx reps here. So basically what I have structured, most shoulder benches, you'll notice, are straight up and down. That again, harder on your shoulders. So if you can get an adjustable incline bench, you want to maintain more of an incline position. Also, I'm using a Smith machine. So I typically recommend Smith machine exercises if you have access to one when you're doing Triconx sets. If you don't have access to a Smith machine, all right? This is a Triconx Smith machine shoulder press. If you want to do this same workout, the same exercise without the Smith machine, don't sub out the Smith for a barbell. Instead, sub out the Smith for dumbbells. I recommend dumbbells over the standard barbell. I like the Smith version because it allows for a little bit more freedom of movement. It's not keeping you completely locked in to an unnatural plane of motion. So that's one of the benefits. The other benefit to doing a Smith machine is you're not having to worry about your stabilizer muscles. I know what you're thinking. Most people, well, that's the benefit. You want to use your stabilizer muscles when you're doing stuff. Typically you do, and you're still going to be when you're working squats, when you're working deadlifts. when you're doing a lot of those exercises, you're still working your stabilizer muscles. However, the shoulders is such a small muscle, okay? You don't want to take this opportunity to build the shoulders and throw it away because you're so focused on working the stabilizer muscles. That's not important when you're trying to really focus on growing those shoulders, all right? Hopefully that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, if you have a comment about it, you want me to explain more clearly, then leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll get back to you and explain more of the technical stuff behind it. All right, that being said, let's get started into this exercise. Basically, Triconx, same thing, get set up, explode the weight up, control it down, explode up, control, explode up. Now you get into your 10-second hold right at the mid-range. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drive back up. You're gonna do another hold at the mid-range. 1002, 1003, 4, 1005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more 10-second hold. Really focus on working those delts. Mind muscle connection is key when you're working your Triconx sets. The other benefit is when you're using lower weight, you can really focus on honing in on that mind muscle connection even more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the top. And that's your Triconx set. Again, you will rest 60 seconds. A lot of that's dependent on fitness level. If you're resting 60 seconds, you're out of breath, you're still fatigued, you don't feel like you can do another set, then go ahead and add another 30 seconds. 90 seconds is okay. 30 to 90 seconds between Tricon sets if you're doing the compound movements. Compound movements tend to take a lot more out of you compared to lateral raises. Side laterals, 60 seconds all you need. Heavy compound like this, sometimes you need the 90. If you need the 90, take the 90. That leads me to my last of the 3 exercises. Typically what I like to do when you're working shoulders is create the 3D shoulder, that 3D round looking shoulder. One of the most neglected muscles of the shoulder is the posterior delt. So the back muscle here. Small muscle, however, if you turn to the side, you don't ever want to be just cut off. You want to make sure it's round back here, just like it's round in the front, okay? So we're gonna be doing a bent over lateral raise. We started with sides. That is really emphasizing more of the medial delt. Then we went straight up to the mass compound movement, which is a lot of anterior delts, the front of the shoulder. Now we're bending and working the rear. So capping off all 3 of those heads. Again, nice looking round full shoulder. All right, show you what these look like first. The goal here is once you're down here, use your hands as hooks. Don't grab the weight and squeeze it real tight. Use your hands as hooks, and you're basically going out with your elbows and up, out and up. And it's a small movement. Don't come all the way to the top. You'll see a lot of people doing that. Basically, once you get beyond this point, all you're gonna do is activate the traps. Your traps are taking over here. We don't really need to activate the traps with this exercise. This is all about isolating the small muscle, the posterior delt. All right, so to do that, small movement, just like that. Out and up, back in. You'll see, very small movement, but when you're doing them correctly, you will really feel a burn in the back of the shoulders. So these 3 exercises, if you do these consistently, you're gonna notice your shoulders really starting to develop more great shape, more size, everything you're going for. That's why I structured this with these 3 exercises in particular. It's not just about anterior mass. You wanna work the overall shoulder. Again, creating that 3D shoulder. But all right guys, if you have any questions, again, comment below, let me know. Also, subscribe to my channel, please. Share it with your family members, share it with some friends, share this video. Other than that, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.